Hello, welcome to my channel. I've lost 180 pounds with keto, carnivore, and counting calories. Thank you for watching. Here's how I'm doing my coffees nowadays. I've got 10 ounces of water in there already. I do a tablespoon and a half of instant coffee. I've really liked instant coffee. I like the convenience of it and the control of it. And this is what I'm using right now. So I use my coffee and then my chocolate electrolytes. I got to make some more of that, so I'll be doing that here in a little while. It's too early to be doing anything right now, except I carried stuff to put in the laundry. But yeah, down in the clothes washer. I'm gonna put some French vanilla in there. And sometimes I do a little liquid stevia. And then here's 8 ounces. And then I get 1 ice cube. Hang on. Get 1 ice cube and drop it in. That way I can drink it right away. Close it. Shake her up. And there's my coffee. So I'll sip on that until breakfast time. Bye. For my breakfast this morning, I broke out my small skillet. And look, I got my new handles for my skillet. So I'm going to have this going. And I'll get back to you. I've got 2 pieces of bacon cut in half. And have no fear, quality assurance is on patrol. So there's that. He's on patrol and just hoping. They do such a good job of watching to make sure things are good. Sammy said, sit. Baxter said, easy, good boy. Callie! No, this is for your sister. Come here, sis. Sit. Good girl. Oh, don't lick the water bowl. I gotta get you water. All right, I'll be back when the bacon's done. Let's see how she's looking. I'm not gonna put it in a little cup today because you'll see when the video gets released. But I used some. I have some Egg Life wraps around the house, just laying around, and so we are gonna make us a breakfast wrap this morning. So these are almost done. So I'm going to go on and pull them. And let them kind of be sitting out here on this paper towel. I'm only going to do 2 eggs this morning because I'm doing the Egg Life wraps and I'm going to do a little bit of cheese. So I did not weigh after yesterday because I don't want to know today. I'll look tomorrow after having a day of eating at home. So hang on, I'll get the eggs done. But I gotta go poop, so we're putting everything on pause till I get back. If you are my age, you know what this is, and you know what it means. You've had to sit in the bathroom. How many of us have read this can over and over and over throughout our lives of not having electronic devices to be able to entertain us when we are in the restroom? Between this can over the years and magazines and newspapers in the bathroom, we did a lot of reading back in our time. Okay, we are back to the skillet. So I have a question for those of you who are of age. I don't know, not old age, but not young age either. So I have like a couple rings that at some stage of life I want to pass to my nieces. I've got 2 nieces. Well, if something happens and I pass away and nobody is around that knows what these items are, I want to be able to make sure that they find out what it is. Like, so how would you mark your jewelry? Like, I want to keep wearing them though. So I'm thinking maybe like a, some type of a picture or something. So, you know, I don't ever take regular pictures anymore. So I don't even know, do they still sell those cameras? You know, we used to call them Polaroids in the day. Do they still sell those? Because what I would like to do is maybe have some pictures of the items that and who, and like a story to go along with it. Can you even buy Polaroids nowadays? Polaroid cameras? Like, for those of you who are of a certain age and you still want to wear the things you have, but you want to designate certain pieces for somebody in the future to use, well, how do you indicate that? I mean, I've told my sister, but you know, 5-7 years from now, she may not remember. So what have you done to indicate things that you want to go to certain family members, but yet, you know, you're not ready to give it to them yet? So give me some tips on that down in the comments, because I'm very curious. Like I said, I mean, I could probably see if they make Polaroid cameras still, but I don't really know. Okay, anyway, bye. Over here, I have my wrap. I broke up the bacon, and I'm going to put some cheese on top. And I'm going to use this fat-free mild cheddar. Again, it's not that I'm afraid of fat, but the fat-free has less calories. Probably more carbs, but that's okay at this stage. I'm not necessarily trying to stay under 20 carbs. I'm not going out and eating a bunch of, you know, white sugar and corn syrup either. But I'm putting the cheese right here, because then when I put the eggs on top, it will melt that cheese a little bit. And I had to end up putting these cheeses in there because the dadgum dealies, they don't zip up very well. So I had to put them into here. So I could mix them together and dump in here, but that now we're making too much sense. So when these eggs get done, I'll put them in there. Okay, you will notice that I broke the yolks whenever I popped them in here. Reason being, I wanted the, it's going to go on there, so I didn't want it to just, like, hang on, can't think and talk at the same time. I wanted it to, I didn't want it to run out of my, didn't want it to run out of the burrito while it's, you know, while I'm eating it. Ziggy, stop the timer. So I am going to put this on this, and then I'm going to dump this out, and we are going to kind of pan fry this egg life wrap. Give me just a second. By the way, I love my handle cover. I just grab it and go, and I don't have to think about it. Woohoo! So gently, I'm going to set this egg life wrap down into here, and we're going to see if it crisps up. I don't know if it does or not, but we are going to find out. So I'm going to set it in here, and I'm going to cover it so it kind of helps melt the cheese also. So we're going to make it into a breakfast quesadilla. Alrighty, let's see how it's going. Oh, tear. Okay, that'll work. I just might have to eat it with a fork. Let me see. Did I get it lined up okay? Maybe. We'll see when it's time to flip it over. All right. I'll come back when it's time to flip it over. All right. Let's go on and set it on our thing. Let's see how the other side looks. Oh, not bad. This is actually I think it's a, not Southwestern Italian. I don't remember what kind of of wrap it is. Well, let's go on and get this stuff out of here. On the weekends, I reuse my skillet the next day before I clean it out for breakfast stuff. So I'm not going to clean this out until tomorrow. But I'll set it over here. I'll set it back there. And let me let this cool a minute and then we'll taste it. Give me just a second. Okay, let's see what we think. Yeah. That's good. We got our own breakfast quesadilla. Num num in my tummy tum tum. Bye. All right, we are going to have some lunch. We're getting for lunch andouille smoked sausage. So it says there is 7 servings in this, and each serving is 170 calories. We know I usually eat about 600 to 650 calories for my main thing. So we're going to say 170 calories times 7. Ziggy, what's 170 times 7?
170 times 7 is 1,190.
Ziggy, what's 1,200 divided by 6? Ah.
Could you repeat your calculation?
Never mind. So we know that 12... Shut up, Ziggy, shut up. So we know that roughly 1,200 calories would divide by 2 would be 600. So the meat's going to be 600-ish, which is a little bit less than what I typically do with my meats, which is perfectly fine. I ain't worried about it. So what we're going to do in the end is what I make, I know I'll eat half. I'll separate it out into 2 servings. So first, I've got this bacon grease from what I made earlier today. So I'm going to heat up my skillet. Check it out. I got a handle on here and a handle on this little one from this morning. Whoop, whoop. I got 2 handles. So, all right. Anyway, focus, Terry. I'm just proud. I'm just so proud of my handles. I can't believe somebody like spent the time and made me something. That's pretty dadgum cool if you ask me. I'm going to step us over off the camera. I'm going to slice this up, and while this heats up, and then we're going to break out some onions and peppers. I'm going to start with my onions because Chef Jean-Pierre says you always start with onions unless you're using bacon. If you're using bacon, you start with bacon, then onions. So that is some frozen chopped onions. But I have some of these. I have more of those, but I want to see how this works. I got some pearl onions. I've never cooked with pearl onions. So we're going to put some of those in there. And see how those go. I'm going to put a lid on it if I can find it. Okay. Let me just kind of maneuver those a little bit. So I'm going to saute these up, and then whenever they're a little further along, I'm going to add the frozen peppers. And what I'm going to have with it, I'm going to have a half of a serving of mixed berries. It's the frozen kind. I like the frozen kind. So I'm going to have, this is a half of a serving. So, and I weigh things out, and I don't measure it out in measuring cups. I weigh things out because it can be deceiving if you get something bulky or light or whatever. So I measured that out. And so I'll be having that with my onions, peppers, and sausage. So I'm going to now go ahead and add in my peppers. These were cut into fajita strips before and popped in the freezer. So it's situations like this when they're perfect. So now I've had them kind of sitting out in my sink. So now I'm going to saute all this and let everything get unfrozen. And I'll come back to you. So what I did was I cut them in half and then in bite-sized pieces. So they're like half moons. When I do stuff like adding meat, I like a lot of bites. So I want there to be onions in every bite and peppers in every bite and meat in every bite. So now I've got it sauteed as long as I wanted to. So now I'm going to cover it and I'll let it cook for about 5 more minutes. Okay, I got the timer set and I'm going to cover it. So I've eaten about half of it already. But this way I'll end the meal on meat. And I don't know. I want a snack. So I'm having dessert first. I'm an adult. I can do things like that now. Look, Mom, I'm eating dessert first. Hee hee ha ha. So on my earlier, I'm in my pajama pants and t-shirt. I ran by our teen challenge and I had to drop off. I had 2 bags of clothing that no longer fit. So I asked the guys, I'm like, hey, do you have jeans right now? And he said, oh yeah, we have those all the time. I said, what about long sleeve shirts? He says, we have some. I'm like, okay. I said, well, I'm not like, fit for public viewing, so I'll know that for later this week. So sounds like our teen challenge has jeans out throughout the year. So all right, I'm gonna get this divided up into 2 servings and I'll get back with you. But look at that, that's gonna be nummy nummy nummy. So here's what I did. I have one in here. I've labeled it onion, pep, and sausage. When you put something in the freezer and there's 11 things in there, you gotta mark it so you know what you're eating. And this is mine for right now. Hang on, there's something stuck on the bottom. All right, onion, peppers, and sausage. I'm gonna get a pearl onion in there. Ooh, that's still steaming. I'm probably gonna be cussing when I take this bite. Yum, 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 yum. Delicioso. I don't know them fancy words. Anyway, mwah. All right, that's my lunch today. Bye. And thanks to Judy, my sweet viewer Judy, I have a wiper, or I have a dispenser for my wipies, and I no longer have my yucky old yellow thing sitting out there. So I can wipe this off because there were some juices running down the side of it. I can wipe the outside of this and wipe off my counter, and it looks just pretty up there. I just love metal things. Like I said, it just goes with anything. So thank you, Judy. Okay, I'm gonna put this in the freezer and then I'm gonna eat. Bye. Supper tonight, I'm gonna have a big salad along with stuff I have in the microwave. Let's see here. Got some pico de gallo I'm gonna put on here just for some tomatoes and some red onions. Need to get some red onions I've been working on all week. There and there. And what is this? Oh, some jicama. Jicama really adds a fun flavor to your salads. If it's fresh jicama, like not frozen, it's got crunch to it. If it's not fresh, it's got a little crunch, it's just softer. I'm going to add some of these pearl onions. Just a little. Okay. And then I'm about to finish up these pickled veggies that I made. Actually, these were pickles that I cut up and put in my own pickled stuff. My own different vinegars that I liked. So that. Now this is the dressing that I made up the other day, that Polynesian, G. Hughes Polynesian and honey mustard. Gotta get a spoon, my big spoon. Y'all know I like to eat with a big spoon. So, there we go. And that's gonna be my salad. See what we think, because I like that sauce. Yep. I'm gonna put it this way and I'll show you what I'm having with it. This is some enchiladas that I made. And I made them following, they're chicken enchiladas, and I made them following keto with Sammy's recipe. I just kind of modified it. Right. Now video comes out next Sunday. You'll see how I made it. So, enchiladas and a salad. That's my supper. Alright, that's the end of it for Saturday. Bye.